Hi guys, it's Diana. I thought I would just pop on here. I had some comments on a post I made on Facebook about an envelope a little goodie bag that I made out of an envelope. Um, so here is that little goodie bag. It's a little gusseted bag made out of an envelope. And I had a lot of people ask how I made that. So I thought I would pop on real quick and just show you how to make this really cute little, we call it a bagalope. Been around for a long time, but let me show you how to do it. I just used a regular bill paying envelope. I don't know what the number is on it. It's not a card envelope. It's just a regular bill paying. You can use any size of envelope that you want. So the first thing you do is go ahead and seal it. No, I don't have a fancy wet thing to lick it. I got to lick it myself. Okay. So the next thing you're going to do is on this one, I went ahead and just cut it off. You cut off one end. I don't have my cutter over here, so I'm going to tear it for right now. You can do either one. You can, if you have a fancy edge thing or something that you can use that, but I'm just going to tear this one. So now what I have is I have a little pouch, which you can totally just use it this way. Okay, so just use a little pouch for your thing. If you would like to make the gusseted bag, what you're going to do is you're just going to take and fold back, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. I'm not a big measuring person, so it doesn't bother me to not have things exact. So, but if it's your thing, go ahead and measure it out. I'm just going to use my bone folder to make that a nice crisp edge. And then I'm going to fold it back the other way on that same exact line. Okay, just use my bone folder again. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing with about the same amount. I don't know, 1/2 inch. Is that what that is? 1/4 inch? I don't know. Whatever you would like. And then fold it the other way. Try to get it right on that line. Sometimes it's a little bit hard. Get it right back on that line. Okay, and then you're going to do the bottom. So not the side that's open, but the bottom. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, just back and forth. If you don't have a bone folder, you can use like the back of a butter knife or anything that has a solid that can like make your little edges crispy like that. Okay, so now you have this, and all you're going to do is you're going to put your hand inside, kind of flip it out, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to push this little pleat inside. Okay, so all I did was push that little pleat to the inside, go across on the other side, do the same thing, push the little pleat to the inside. Okay, then you get to the bottom and you're just going to try to flip these little corners under. It makes like a little triangle. So just try to flip those little corners under. Fold that across, kind of push the bottom in. Kind of crisp up those little edges. Fold it under. Okay. So, and you can tape those down if you want to, but I don't usually tape them down. Now you have a cute little bag. Okay. Like a little gusseted bag. Now let me get the other one back out so I can show you. So with this one, it's the same exact envelope. What I did was I sent it through my embossing folder. So I used this one, the Forever Plaid embossing folder. So I sent the whole envelope through my embossing folder. And then I just took a stamp pad and dragged it across. If you open up your stamp pad and then just drag it across, then it'll just hit the high points of what you embossed. And then I just poked 2 little holes to put the ribbon. If you want to know how to do the ribbon, it's really easy. It's a nice flat ribbon. You can also use this on your card making. But you just poke 2 holes, cut a little bit of ribbon, then you're going to send both of the tails to the back of your project. You can do this on a card also. Okay, so I have that. Tails in the back. Okay, and you're going to crisscross them in the back and send them back up through the opposite hole. Okay, back through the opposite hole. And then it's a nice flat bow looking thing, so it mails a little bit better and it sits a little bit flatter. And there you have a little bow looking thing. Okay, so that's a Bagalope. Let me just show you. So this is with one of these regular bill paying envelopes, the little ones. But if you use like our regular card envelopes, you can see it's a little bit wider. Okay, and with this one, I used a different embossing folder. I used that distressed tile. This one, the distressed tile. And then what I did was on this one, I had my silicone matte, and I also used this metallic enamel effects in the copper. Squirted some on my little silicone matte. Used my blending brush to kind of smear it. And then I just kind of went over the highlights. I don't know if you can kind of see that's a little bit shiny. So I did kind of the same idea, but instead of dragging a pad across it, I used my blending brush and this copper effects. You want to make sure you squirt it out on something that's silicone so you can wipe it off and get it all nice and clean. And you want to make sure you clean your blending brush immediately after. You don't want that stuff to get hard on it because it's more like an enamel or like a paint instead of ink. And this is some of our new ribbon, mesh ribbon. I think I just ordered it, so it might be something that's not even up for order yet, but isn't it gorgeous? So watch for that. It's called mesh ribbon. Okay, well, that's what I wanted to show you today. So many requests for the Bagalope. So that is how you can make a really quick, easy gift bag out of an envelope. Message me if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. Bye.